How's it going? So I want to make a quick video about the importance of the import, well, basically the script tags in the HTML. Look, so we have this file here. Well, let's ignore this. Just ignore this, right? We created a new module. We added the controller to the module, right? And then we added this module as a dependency to the main Angular module. Okay? So now, technically speaking, if this was React or probably Webpack Bundler, this would work. But because we're not using Webpack Bundler and this is not React, you have to then import this file here into the HTML. You see? So we have to put it in here. And this will stitch it all together. Alright, because what happens is when browser loads Angular, it will then go through all the files. And unless this script is in here, well, unless this file. So basically you have to make the file available to the browser to see, because browser reads off the Angular, then it loads this app, it sees that there is a dependency. If you do not put this in, it will not be able to find it, because it will not know what is the location of module 2. So you see, it will stop working. You'll get gibberish like this. Now, once we import the file, it starts working. So this is the variable from the controller. So basically this video is about, you need to make sure that when you are creating, when you're working with multiple file structures, and these files, like the second way to do, well, how to explain it? There are two ways to make it work, right? One is you create a separate file, you define all your functions, controllers, components, right? And then you add it to your app. You need to make sure that browser is able to read this file. So JavaScript can read it through here, right? But JavaScript operates, in this case, through the browser. So you need to make it available to the browser. And the way you do that is you create a script tag in the header, so that then it can read the file. And that's it. Alternative way of doing that, you can just put everything into a single file, like just stack everything in here. This will also work. Then you just need to have one tag and you don't need to import anymore. The other way of doing it is create all your stuff in here and then import it into this file. And then again, you do not have to add this script tag then. But overall, if you are creating like module, for example, like this in a separate file, you're adding this module to your dependency, to your original module, you have to basically put the script tags. Otherwise, it's just not going to work. But I think it's a shitty way of doing it, to be honest with you. I think the best way to do would be to create a logic and stuff in here, then import it into your main file and attach it to your main app controller. This will be like the most, then at that point you do not need to do this mumbo jumbo, because the JavaScript is going to read off the imports by itself. Probably. Can't guarantee it's going to work, but I'm basing it on React knowledge, but I probably have to test it in here. But anyway, like it's very rare to do stuff like this, but I'm just saying that, you know, if stuff is not working, it could be that you need to just import the JavaScript into the HTML so that the browser is able to see it. Okay? Take care, bye-bye.